So, like most inner cities, central London's pretty polluted. And I think we know much more today than we did 10-15 years ago about the impacts of air pollution on the health of the entire population. We know it impacts on life expectancy, but it affects the quality of life as well of people in their general everyday goings. You might think that only big businesses can make a difference, say bus companies, taxi fleets and things like that. But every business can make a difference, and there are lots of things that you can do.
I'm Edward Symes. I'm a partner at Lane Clark & Peacock. We're a consultancy based in the West End on Wigmore Street. We do have an office in Winchester, so there's a lot of inter-office travel between the offices. We upgraded our IT, so made it much easier for people to work on the same document at the same time between two different offices. And we also introduced video conference facilities to make it easier to have a meeting remotely. We're a cycle-friendly workplace. We do this by providing funding for purchasing of bikes, and also we provide the facilities on site for you to store your bike securely and also change.
I'm Emily Hamilton, Sustainability Manager for Grosvenor, Britain and Ireland. We're a property company operating in 60 cities around the world, principally in Mayfair and Belgravia in the West End. We have recently launched a 20-year vision for our London estate, and as part of that there are many different plans we are looking at to help improve air quality. In particular, delivery consolidation across our estate, and also how we can create purposeful green infrastructure. Not just having green space for the sake of it, but actually looking at what is the function that that space provides. Particularly looking at how can we increase biodiversity in the West End and help improve air quality through having buffers with trees, or looking at flood and water retention. Green space has a real purpose and we need to learn how to use it appropriately.
The benefits to our business to date have been, firstly, with taxi use, we've seen a 20% reduction since last year and a 50% reduction since 2015. Clearly that has good air quality benefits around the office, around the local area, but also there's cost savings associated with that as well. By pulling together our waste collection vehicles as part of the Baker Street Smarter Recycling Scheme, not only have we reduced emissions, but we've also saved about £8,000 an annum doing that.
My name is Jane Wakiwaka and I'm the Sustainability Manager for the Crown Estate. The Crown Estate is a specialist real estate company and we've got about 60% of our assets within the West End, which is made up of offices, shops, restaurants and some residential. The whole concept of Wild West End started in 2013 when the Crown Estate, working with Arup, developed an ecology master plan, and that was essentially to taking a strategic review of biodiversity and green infrastructure across our estate. And we wanted to see whether we could connect or create a green corridor between Regent's Park to the north and St James's Park to the south. I think firstly we're trying to deliver an actual environmental benefit and impact, and we're already beginning to see that. Since we adopted our Crown Estate Ecology Master Plan, we've seen an increase in green space by over 2,800 metres squared, and we're looking to try and replicate that across other Wild West End areas as well with our partners. There's a really great opportunity for businesses and organisations to work together, so we ensure that the West End remains attractive for people to want to come and visit.
One of our projects is when we get deliveries, we try and use ultra-low emission vehicles, or even better, we try and get them walked over. For example, when we have a meeting at lunch and we have sandwiches, they actually get walked over from local suppliers rather than come over on a vehicle. And we've also been running a campaign to reduce the number of personal deliveries we have to the office, and we're going to refocus our efforts on that and encourage people to use click and collect, because obviously there are clearly a number of stores around here where you can do click and collect from.
The local business improvement districts have set up the West End Buyers Club to reorganise freight, so there's less freight, but much more freight gets there, and that's led by the New West End Company, the Baker Street Quarter Partnership, Marble Arch London and the Heart of London Business Alliance. And already on Bond Street we've seen the number of freight companies working cut significantly, but the same freight gets through. It's just sensible organisation. Other things that you can do are perhaps being involved through the low emission zone, Marylebone Low Emission Zone. Look at their website, and it may be about greening in the area. It may be your staff can volunteer to help our marshals work on the anti-idling campaigns. If after you thought to yourself, there's nothing you can do, actually there's a great deal you could do and you should do it. So have a look at the website for the West End Buyers Club. Have a look at all those Business Improvement District websites. They're all suggesting how you can get involved. Have a look at the Marylebone Low Emission Zone website and join up to some of their initiatives. So whether you're taking some of your staff to be marshals to get those diesel drivers to stop idling their engines, whether you want to be involved in the greening of the streets, whether through the West End Buyers Club you're going to rationalise your freight deliveries so there are less fumes coming out of vehicles, then you can make a difference. Please do so. Please sign up.